Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic here in 2019. Bob Long, your host here on the official broadcast of the Ruffs Golf Club. It is the Championship Flight final group. Kyle Martin, Bob Long, and Kevin Long about to tee off. Now, Kyle Martin has been unbelievable in his first three rounds. Set the course record on Sunday morning with 17 under par, a 53, breaking his prior course record of 55. He went out in his third round on Sunday morning and did the same thing, another 53. Now he comes into the fourth and final round at 43 under par. Bob Long chases him at 27 under par, but certainly not the chase you'd be looking for if you were looking for a tight final round. This is history, and Kyle Martin is trying to see how low he can go. The all-time best course record is well within his reach at 50 under par. Kevin Long sits at 22 under par, looking to chase down Bob Long. And the brotherly rivalry continues. He's looking to get second in this year's Ruffs Annual Golf Classic. And, of course, if Kyle Martin were to fall from the sky, both Bob Long and Kevin Long would relish the opportunity to try to mount a comeback. But Kyle Martin, the way he's played, started the day today with a hole-in-one from this very tee box upon which you see him now. Off the top of the deck, jarred it on the second hop. He's been unbelievable, emblematic of his week so far. And now, let's take you to the opening tee shots for the final pairing of the final group of the weekend, the Championship Flight final group, Bob Long, Kevin Long, and, of course, your leader, Kyle Martin. Martin's first tee shot's got to get down. That one's into the woods, and he may have to drop from there. Now Kevin Long. That's a very good shot there from Kevin Long. Puts him right in front. He'll have a good look at it for his eagle. Now Bob Long at 27 under par. Kevin Long teed off at 22 under par. Kyle Martin at 43. That one's got to get down as well. That one will roll into the first portion of the woods back behind the hole. They're heading to the hole on the right. And here's the end of Kyle's shot. He was deep in the woods. He'll have to take a drop. So he'll drop two, shoot three from right off the back of the green. He'll have that left for his par. And Bob Long here will duck underneath the trees. He will have a look at this. His second from off the back of the green. Pretty good shot there. He'll have a birdie putt upcoming. Kevin Long for eagle. Trying to hoist himself back into this competition. So close. It lipped out. Putts have to be quite precise here at Ruffs Golf Club in order to go down. That was a pretty good one from Kevin Long, just wouldn't fall. Now Bob Long's birdie putt. And that one drops for Bob Long, a birdie three. Moves to 28 under par for the weekend. Kyle Martin for his par. And he'll have to tap in for bogey 5. So birdies for Kevin Long and Bob Long, a bogey 5 for Kyle Martin. We shall see how this goes from here. We're going to take you now to the second shots of each of the competitors on the par 4 second. It came from a portion of the trees that our cameras could not reach. Pretty good shots, though, all of them, to cut through the woods and to get to here. This is the second for Bob Long. Had a look at the hole, would not go down. Kevin Long for his eagle. And that one raced by the hole. He'll have a lot left for his birdie. And Kyle Martin had marked his ball. Now he drops right on the front portion of the green. This a eagle putt for Kyle Martin. And that is great speed. Leaves it right next to the hole. A tap-in birdie for Kyle Martin. He returns to even par for the round, 43 under for the championship. Kevin Long's birdie putt will come from the back portion of the green, almost went down, and he'll tap in for par. He'll remain at 23 under, 5 back of Bob Long, who has this left for his birdie. Would not go down. A par for Bob Long here on the par 4 second, with that tap in, remains at 28 under par. We'll take you now to the par 3 third. 17 yards coming right over the stream here. It has provided some issue from some of the players in the lower flights. Not so much for this flight, and a great shot there from Kyle Martin. He'll have that left for his birdie. The options here are to land it just on the other side of the stream or to move it with some pace off the shed. It'll come back towards the hole. Let's see what Bob Long does here. Yes, this one does run low past the hole, and it bounces off the shed. A pretty good shot from there. The grass has a tendency to be trampled down a little bit more on the left side of this green. And a reminder, on the front 9 here at the Ruffs Golf Club, 9 tee boxes from all over 2 different properties, all playing to this green. And then on the back 9, you'll see a pin to the left of the shed. All the back 9 holes will be played to that shed. Kevin Long will be first to play. And look at that. We have a little pup here. Course mascot. Taking everything in here on a fine Sunday afternoon. And Kevin Long is away. He'll putt from just off the green. He sits at 23 under par, 5 strokes back of Bob Long. The birdie putt comes up begging, still has a little bit left for par. Martin will putt first. That one runs by, and he'll have a tap-in par to remain at 43 under par, even par for this final round. Bob Long for birdie. And that one does drop. A birdie for Bob Long. 6 strokes clear now of Kevin Long. As he finishes his par putt. Big thing we've seen this year at the Ruffs Golf Club is the change in the 2019 rules of the USGA. Leaving the pin in on the green has been absolutely huge for these golfers. It's allowed more putts to drop, and you see Kyle Martin taking full advantage more so than anybody else in the field. He's been playing at a spectacular level. That shot pretty good from Bob Long. He'll have a long eagle look from there, just off the front of the green. Kyle Martin goes high with this one, and that is a great shot. He's been able to bring things to a stop on these greens better than anybody, and what a shot there. Here's Kevin Long. He's 6 strokes back of second place, 20 strokes back of the leader, Kyle Martin, who is cruising here through 3 holes. But a great shot there from Kevin Long as well. Both he and Martin will have great eagle looks. And there's the ending locations for Kevin Long and Kyle Martin. My goodness, the final resting spot after that tee shot will set up great looks for eagle. Bob Long, an eagle look coming from off the front of the green. And he flubbed that chip. Not a good one there from Bob Long. And this now a long birdie putt. He elects to go with the pitching wedge exclusively on and off of the green. He'll just kind of blade this towards the hole. And that one drops. So he makes up for the flubbed chip and goes to 30 under par through the first 4 holes of the final round. Kevin Long for eagle. That one went all the way around the hole, wouldn't fall. They're waiting to see if it'll drop on its own. But I think the weight is unfortunately useless for Kevin Long. And he taps in for birdie. That was one where he easily could have picked up 2 strokes on Bob Long. But alas, they both had birdie. And Kyle Martin, a tap-in eagle, and that's the way it's been for him this weekend, 45 under par. Now we'll take you to the par 4 fifth, 51 yards away, a severe downslope that they're teeing off from. And that's a pretty good shot from Kyle Martin. Kept that one safe. So easy to catch this one a little bit too flush and on a line. And a screamer can make its way into the woods very easy on this hole. And there's the shot from Bob Long. He'll have that from in front of the green left for his eagle chip. And Kevin Long now, third tee off. Again, he'll be teeing off to the pin on the right-hand side of the shed. 9 different tee boxes throughout the front 9, all going to that pin on the right. The back 9 will take those same tee boxes, and the 3 competitors will play to the left pin. All 3 players out there now on the par 4 fifth. That was for eagle for Kevin Long. Bob Long's ball actually ran out, so this is where he is left for his eagle. And couldn't quite get it to the hole. He'll have that left for birdie. Martin lags it to there. He'll have that left for his birdie. And he taps it in. He is cruising. He's 3 under par for the day, 46 under par for the championship. And at the moment, a 16-shot lead. Kevin Long rolls in a birdie putt. He moves to 25 under par. Currently 5 strokes back of Bob Long. This for his birdie and goes begging. So Long gets a shot back on his brother. Bob Long now only 5 up on Kevin Long. It's back to how they started heading into this final round. The par 4 sixth from the side of the hill. Difficult to get this where you need to go. So easy to pull this left. And that's a very good shot from Kyle Martin. Right on the front portion of the green. It'll be Kevin Long to play next. And that's a great shot from Kevin Long. He will have a good eagle look as well. And Bob Long feeds one up there as well. That one runs a little bit by and to the right of the pin. But all 3 pretty good shots. Here's Long coming from right off the edge of that bank near the water hazard. An eagle chip for Long runs right by the hole and nearly went down. Kyle Martin for his eagle. That one rolled around the hole. It looked like that was going to go down, but a nasty lip out, a tap-in birdie for Kyle Martin. He's got it grooving right now. He's up 21 strokes on the rest of the field. Kevin Long misses his eagle. He will tap it in for birdie. And he moves to 26 under par, currently 4 shots back of Bob Long. And Bob Long can match here with his birdie look. And that is the second mid-range putt in a row that he has missed. His second place cushion is down to just 4 strokes. And we take you now to the par 4 7th. This, very similar to the third hole, but directly in front of a whole bunch of branches. You either got to go around and take a conservative shot, or you can go over some of these trees, avoid a big branch sticking out, and go right at the pin. And Kyle took a very aggressive route. That's a great shot. He has 10 feet just above the hole. Kevin Long has been strong here on the last few holes. He's birdied each of the last 3 and trails Bob Long for second place in the tournament by 4 shots. That one comes off the shed, has a lot of heat to it, and he'll have a lot left from the top of the green. Of course, we're talking a lot about this second place battle between the two brothers. Unfortunately, Kyle Martin has played too well to make first place a really entertaining dialogue or an entertaining piece of theater. Here's Bob Long. And that's a pretty good shot from Long. He took a chance there and didn't get a ton of it, brought part of the hazard into the equation, but got it over and put it close to the pin. Here's Kevin Long. His eagle attempt. Runs it by the hole. He'll have a lot coming back from there. Bob Long from the base of the shed. He likes putting from here. As mentioned, there's a little bit less grass as it's been stamped down. And he drills his eagle putt. Bob Long to 32 under par. Gets 2 shots back as Kevin Long has quite a long birdie attempt upcoming. And Kevin Long with a huge answer. A long birdie putt. Says, not so fast, Bob. You're not taking 2 strokes back. But the lead for Bob Long now is 5 going to the par 3/8. As Kyle Martin, easy as he does it, an eagle 2 on the par 4 7th. Here's the par 3/8. Got to go either around or over the batting cage. Kyle Martin elects to go down the sportsmanship back alley. You'll see it here on this next shot. In front of the shed is certainly the easier route. Less can go wrong. But if you go to the back side of the shed, it brings in a whole host of issues. You can hit a root and head into the woods. That's an issue. But, again, less grass back behind the hole. And I think Bob Long's going to choose the same thing. Play it down the sportsmanship back alley for what he thinks is an easier chip from off the back of the green. Kyle Martin, a 7-time champion here at the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic, was thwarted last year by Bob Long. Long's first title, and only the second title won by anyone not named Kyle Martin. Martin has come out with a vengeance in what might be the last Ruffs Golf Classic on this property. Some changes, some eminent domain issues that were incurred over the course of the last calendar year. This was one that very easily could not have happened this year, but a lot of hard work by a lot of people allowed this event to occur here in June of 2019, and very thankful that it's able to be played at least one more time on these hallowed grounds. Here's Kevin Long. He just hit a monster putt from here last time, and he hits another one. That's a birdie, too, for Kevin Long. And boy, we know what side of the property he likes to putt from. That was incredible. Kyle Martin for his birdie. That one almost went down, and he'll putt it in for par. He'll stay at 49 under par and is 21 shots clear of Kevin Long. Here's Bob Long. He led by 5 coming into this hole, and he's going to give one back. That's a par 3 for Bob Long. He's at 32 under par for the championship through 3 rounds and 8 holes in the 4th round. Kevin Long at 28 under par, and Long has the honors here on the par 4 ninth, a tough hole. You can either try to yank it above the cage, go under the cage, or even to go through the cage. Through the cage makes it really difficult to judge where the ball is going to go, and that, not a good one from Kevin Long. Barely got through the cage, and he has a lot left. Here's Martin's turn. Okay, Martin is through. Pretty good shot. Now Bob Long. He's gone with the 60-degree wedge a few times this weekend. Let's see what he decides to do here. That one punched through. Didn't get any of the net and is going to roll into the hazard. Back to the left of the green. That's going to be difficult there. He'll be shooting 3 from off the green right next to the hazard. So here's Kevin Long from the heavy stuff. And that's a pretty good shot from Kevin Long. He'll have that left for birdie. Kyle Martin's shot was absolutely exquisite. Very few shots can get to here. This, his second. And that is a pretty good shot from there. He'll have that left for his birdie. And a look at Bob Long. Fishing that ball out squarely in the hazard. No chance to play it out of there. Kevin Long to put some pressure on Bob Long here. Drops another mid-range birdie putt. He has been fantastic down the stretch. He's birdied 6 of the last 7 holes. And Bob Long is going to give away a shot, at least on this hole. He led by 4 coming into this hole. And it's actually each of the last 6 holes that Kevin Long has birdied. Boy, that's an enormous par putt for Bob Long. He now is 3 up on Kevin Long, heading to the back 9. Kyle Martin, he'll tap it in. Another birdie. And Kyle Martin is 7 under par through 9. Kevin Long, 7 under par through 9 as well. And Bob Long is 5 under par through 9 holes. Kyle Martin at 50 under, a 21-shot lead over the third-place Kevin Long, and an 18-shot lead over the second-placed Bob Long. Now heading to the left green, coming from this wonderful tee box from the top of the deck. This, the first time that this tee box has been debuted, something that has been in the Ruffs lore for a long time, but simply they haven't been able to pull the trigger. The higher minds that be never could make this happen. This has been a treat all weekend. Of course, christened by the hole-in-one from Kyle Martin to begin the Sunday morning action at 7 o'clock sharp. Martin and Kevin Long are both in good spots. Kevin Long out of the high stuff. And he'll have a lot left there for his birdie, but he's made just about all of these. So Bob Long's did scoot essentially out of that stuff. It must have hit just high of there. And this, for eagle, almost went down. He'll tap that in for birdie. He'll move to 33 under par for the championship and put some pressure here on Kevin Long. This for birdie. And for 7 straight birdies, just wouldn't go. That's a par 4 for Kevin Long here on the 10th. He stays at 29 under par. This a formality for Bob Long here. Tapping in his birdie. And now Kyle Martin for eagle. Left it just a little short, but this has been a theme. Tap in birdies for Kyle Martin. He's now 18 clear of Bob Long, 22 clear of Kevin Long, and he can certainly feel it now. Taking you to the green now on the par 5 11th. Again, part of the property where our cameras do not reach. Kevin Long hoists his second and came up well short. This is Bob Long's birdie putt. His fourth on the par 5 11th. Wouldn't quite go down. And he'll take a minute on that one to make sure he focuses and gets it down. But this for Albatross for Kyle Martin. It's down. Kyle Martin with an Albatross 2 on the par 5 11th. Unbelievable shot to get to that point. Threw about 4 trees. To any one of them could have nicked the golf ball and set it any which direction. Instead, he hits the 10-footer for Albatross. Kevin Long missed his eagle putt. And he missed his birdie putt as well. Jammed that one past the hole. And he's in for par. And he left his par putt short. Bob Long took some time to think about it, perhaps tightened up just a little bit. And that got caught on a piece of grass heading towards the hole. He's not going to like that one. He's at 32 under par, only 3 strokes clear of Kevin Long for second place. We're going to take you now to the par 4 12th, the signature hole of the Ruffs Golf Club. This one's going to take you over the hazard, same tee box as hole number 3, but now you got to clear the front 9 green, the shed, and find your way to the back 9 hole location with OB looming long, a big quagmire depression area in front of the green if you try the safe route, or plenty of danger if you try to go down the sportsmanship back alley. You could kick any which way, finding yourself behind the shed or possibly in the hazard. Kyle Martin, he's going to hoist this one into the depression area. Not a bad shot. That's the safe shot on this hole. Now you see where Bob Long is setting up here. He's on the far right side of the tee box. He's going to elect to go on the sportsmanship back alley. And that's a pretty good shot from Bob Long. That does just creep enough behind the shed to get a straight on look at that pin. And that's the thing about these greens. Certainly, they're difficult when you're putting, but not enormous ridges so that you're not firing right at the flag every time, especially on your second. So that really is the key. Can you get yourself a clear look at the pin? Let's see what Kevin Long does here. And Kevin Long did hoist that one out to the backside of the green. He'll have that left for his eagle. First, it's Bob Long. That's a good shot there, but did leak out a little bit too much. Again, less grass back behind the pin itself, and so did not judge the speed well enough. Kyle Martin in a terrible lie here. Puts it up just a few feet short of the hole. That's a pretty good shot out of what essentially was a bunker lie for Kyle Martin. The ball well below his feet, well below the surface of the soil. Kevin Long's birdie putt was aggressive. Make that an eagle putt. He'll have that left for birdie on the par 4 12th. Bob Long got it to go down. A birdie for Bob Long here on the 12th. Moves to 33 under par. And that was a big one as Kevin Long has a kick-in birdie putt looming as Kyle Martin puts his birdie in. Kevin Long in for birdie. Kyle Martin well clear at 55 under par. 22 strokes clear of Bob Long. 25 strokes clear of Kevin Long. The battle is for second, though, as the Long brothers are tight going to the par 4 13th. And a great shot there from Kyle Martin again heading to that left pin. There have been 2 holes in 1 on this hole over the history of roughs. Both of them by this guy, Bob Long. Does he have any magic to put a little bit more distance between he and Kevin Long right here? And that's a pretty good shot there. It's hole high, about 12 feet to the right of the pin. Kevin Long has had a hole-in-one as well on this golf course on the par 4 second. A very difficult hole to achieve a hole-in-one where you're lining the trees there to the left of where the ball has to go. It has to be punched to stay underneath the branches. And then, of course, you have the hazard to the right that can be very difficult and absorbs a lot of golf balls. It was an unbelievable shot from Kevin Long in last year's roughs. Now here's Kyle Martin. Second, got it about halfway there, a little bit further on his eagle attempt. This is Kevin Long for his eagle on the par 4 13th. And a kick-in birdie never hurts anything. Great hole there from Kevin Long. For the moment, pulls within 2 shots of Bob Long, but he has an eagle putt upcoming as well. And he leaves that one well short also. He and Kyle Martin, coming from similar angles at the pin, both left that particularly short. And Martin misses his birdie putt. He's in for par. He'll remain at 55 under. Bob Long in for birdie. 34 under par. Retains the 3-shot lead over Kevin Long in the battle of the brothers for second here at Ruffs Golf Club. Back to this tee box. The downslope for Kyle Martin heading to the left pin. And a great shot there from Kyle Martin here on the par 4 14th hole. Our high above bird's eye vantage point from the top of the newly constructed deck here on the terrace of the Ruffs Golf Club. Great shot there from Bob Long also. He'll be in the depression. Kyle Martin ended up actually in the same exact lie as he ended up in 2 holes ago.
$5 that's in the cabbage. Who wants to take the opposite of that?
I'll take you.
Seamus?
$5, baby.
All right.
Kev, don't hit it in the cabbage.
Kevin, help me out here.
You want that short green.
And Kevin Long did not hit that one well at all.
Is that on purpose?
And he'll have work to do.
I forgot.
This almost at the 18th tee box as he heads to that pin on the left-hand side of the shed. OB to the left here if it happens to catch the netting. Oh, that's a great shot from Kevin Long. Got it up quickly enough to put that ball up through the netting and then lands it softly in front. Great shot. This perhaps the last Ruffs Annual Golf Classic. And these 3 gentlemen, the 3 that created this course back in 1999. And a great shot there from Kevin Long, a guy who looks like he knows these greens and has been playing there for the last 20 years. What a year to potentially shut this thing down, and what a group to do it. The final group here at Ruffs. And in the 20 years of playing this, that is not Bob Long's best shot. He'll have a lot coming back there from the edge of the hazard. That one popped out a little bit hotter than he thought. And there's Kyle. We mentioned that same lie, and he had trouble with it again. Still shouldn't have no problem birdieing the hole, but he always wants more. Bob Long's shot came right across the backside of the hole. That one almost curled in with some right-to-left break. Kyle Martin for his birdie. He dropped that one, and he is at 56 under par through 14 holes. And Kevin Long puts in his par. He's at 31 under. Bob Long makes the putt. He's in for par as well. And a 3-shot lead heading to the 15th. Kyle Martin still well clear and a great shot there. This again from the side of the hill. Only 4 holes to play. So Kyle Martin, as he has been for the most part of the round, has been in cruise control. Bob Long trying a little something different here. An ode to the great Dan Gallagher, who loves to tee it up from the bottom portion of the hill. Yeah.
Oh.
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
Cabbage. Bobby, your thoughts on that stroke?
I tried to leverage the old Dan Gallagher methodology where you take it as far down on the hill as you could. Never really tried it before.
Okay.
It was a low-stakes opportunity to try it, and it didn't go very well.
How's it
Alright.
different from anywhere else on the hill?
It's a different trajectory, Alex. It's a different steepness to the hill.
I was just going to say, does it increase in steepness to the hill?
I would think so.
It
You
doesn't
can feel
look
like
that
a
way.
softer footing.
Oh.
And the other Cabbage brother avoids the cabbage.
And we certainly love to get some live audio from the terrace here at Ruff's Golf Club. Unfortunately, the rest of the round was somewhat jargled and jumbled in nature as they were talking about life and all these other great things. Perhaps it's more entertaining than play-by-play. Maybe we should have left it. But we appreciate the group of Brandon Culp, who is the Sportsmanship Flight Champion, as well as Alex Krastowski and Seamus Morgan, who are helping out with the camera here, as well as Mara Long, my wife, who made her Ruffs debut this year, which was great to see. Quite a group up there on the terrace. Bob Long has a birdie putt upcoming, but first it'll be Kyle Martin. He ran that one by the hole. That won't be easy coming back for birdie. Long is coming out of the cabbage here again. And he's walking after it, but it's a pretty good shot. Again, coming out of essentially that bunker that Kyle Martin had to come out of the last few holes. And he taps in for all else equal, a pretty darn good par. Here's Kevin Long. And he left that one short. And that's a par for Kevin Long. Through 15 holes, still a 3-shot lead for Bob Long for second place. Kyle Martin missed his comebacker for birdie. He's in for par. He remains at 56 under. 22 shots clear of Bob Long, 25 shots clear of Kevin Long. It's been dominant as we go to the 16th. Same tee box as the 7th, where these players have to carry it either above the branches or risk going into that penalty area or go far enough left to take it out of play. Bob Long sent that pretty far to the left. A safe play here on the par 4 16th. With a 3-shot lead, 3 holes to play. Kevin Long determining where the best spot is. This particular tee box has gotten chewed up over the course of the weekend. Very little grass remains. Not a lot of sun coming back there as Long pitches a great shot to the front portion of the green. Three guys in good position. First, Kevin Long. His eagle attempt from just off the front of the green. Ooh, that's really good from Kevin Long. A tap-in birdie. Kyle Martin for eagle. What a shot. And Martin puts a cap on what has been an amazing weekend. He moves to 58 under par. By far the most dominant 4 rounds in the history of this golf tournament. Bob Long, a tap-in birdie. He goes to 35 under par. Oh, and Kevin Long inexplicably misses a birdie putt that would have kept him at 3 strokes down from Bob Long. He's now 4 strokes back, heading to the par 3 17th. From just off the front 9 green, Kyle Martin getting a little bit cute now that he knows he has this thing well in hand. So he will now have to punch it around and try to scramble for his par. Bob Long goes the sportsmanship back alley. He'll have a putt from the back of the green for his birdie. Kevin Long will go the back alley as well. And a good shot there from Kevin Long. Has a tester from the back of the green for birdie. 4 strokes back of second place. Kyle Martin, 23 strokes ahead of the nearest competitor. So Martin punched his second to right here on the right-hand side of your screen. Nearly went in for par. He'll tap it in for bogey and fall to 57 under par for the weekend. He had 2 17 under par rounds, both on Sunday morning, his second and third round of competition coming into this one. And Kevin Long's putt will not go. He'll have that upcoming for his par. Here's Bob Long's par putt. That doesn't drop either. And he taps it in for bogey. He drops to 34 under par for the championship. Kevin Long for his par. A big one here, and it just misses. He's in for bogey as well. 3 bogeys on the par 3 17th. But the carnation is on, and it'll be Kyle Martin to shoot first, looking to capture his 8th Ruff's Annual Golf Classic. A great shot there from Martin. Takes the batting cage completely out of play. The cage of death, as it was termed by Brandon Culp, your 2019 Sportsmanship Flight champion. And Bob Long, not a good shot. That went right into the center of the cage. He'll have work to do. Remember, he's up 4 strokes here over Kevin Long on the final hole of competition and perhaps the final hole played in the history of Ruff's Golf Club. Quite a heavy moment right here. Good shot there from Kevin Long. Certainly when these 3 guys were just little tykes, under the age of 7 even, the idea was bred. What about a golf course in the backyard? And then in 1999, when Bob Long was 8 years old, it materialized into the Ruff's Golf Club that you see today. Certainly some iterations of this golf course. But really in its truest form playing right now. And if it is indeed the last time, it'll be an unbelievable scene to see this course go out. one of the great major championship venues that this country has ever known and the greatest amateur competition that we've seen. It's been fantastic. It's been an unbelievable ride and quite emotional for the folks that have played Ruffs Golf Club for so long. We appreciate everybody that's been here, been a part of the legacy. It's been fun. Bob Long's par putt just misses. He'll tap in for bogey. And Bob Long, at 33 under par, his Ruffs career on this golf course potentially finished, secures a second-place finish. He's finished no worse than second in the last 5 years. What a run for Bob Long. Kevin Long, co-founder, groundskeeper here for Ruffs. He has had an unbelievable run here as well. Sad to see his tenure end on the 18th hole. And a great birdie putt for Kevin Long ends the competition at 31 under, just 2 strokes back of second. And that was fun all day long. Kyle Martin finishes and wins in dominant fashion. He is your 2019 Ruffs Annual Golf Classic champion. For the 8th time, his number and name will go on the wall of fame here at the Ruffs Golf Club. Congratulations to Kyle Martin.
Weekend in the books.
We are post-round here at the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic with our champion, and no surprise, Kyle Martin shooting a course record 58 under par over 4 rounds, including 2 53s, the first of which set the course record, the second, of course, tied his own course record in the process. Kyle, what went right this weekend?
I don't know, the soft conditions really helped. You could fly everything and they were just going to stop, so you didn't have to worry about hitting anything through the greens into the trees, and that was probably the biggest thing.
How about the new pin rules in 2019, being able to keep the pin in the entire time?
Yeah, that's a big help. A lot of times around here we get ramps, and you hit anything too hard, it'll get airborne and fly right over the cup, so the pin really helped. It was almost like a backstop a lot of the time, so yeah, that was huge.
So take us to Saturday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. There's really nobody, no patrons have even made their way to the course yet. You're first off the tee, and you jar one.
Yeah.
Hole in one on the first hole of the day.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was the first one I've had here with actual cups. Last one I had was when we still had the wooden posts in the ground. that brings back the memories from 12, 13 years ago. No, it was good. Felt good coming off the face. Landed right next to the hole, took one hop right, disappeared. And it was kind of cool because you could almost hear it actually from up here when it hit the pin, so that was pretty neat.
Yeah, more spectators, you might not have even been able to hear it.
There you go.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So 1 year removed from being in the winner's circle, and you had gotten quite used to that. What's it feel like to be back?
Feels good. Feels good. Last year was a bit of a shot to the system a little bit, and but it felt good to come back out on top this year. Get a little revenge, had a little motivation, so it was good.
Well, we won't keep this from you any longer. I hereby present proudly on behalf of the Ruffs Golf Association, Kyle Martin, our championship flight winner with his trophy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Many thanks to Kyle for all he's done for Ruffs over the years. I know he wasn't able to make the Cup this year, but Bush League, if you're watching,
I'll be
watch
there next
out.
year.
Watch out when this guy gets on the tee. Congratulations, Kyle. Thanks for everything. And thank everybody for watching. We really appreciate everybody being with us all weekend long here at Ruffs, and for supporting Ruffs Golf Club, for Kevin behind the camera, who's been instrumental all the years here at Ruffs, for Kyle Martin, who helped as well from day one here at Ruffs, Seamus, Alex, Brandon, our sportsmanship flight winner, my wife Mara for all her help this weekend, and of course Jack McGee, who won the tournament flight as well. For all of them and the rest of our team here at Ruffs, I'm Bob Long saying so long from Horsham, and we'll see you next time.